Thank you for joining us today. Welcome everyone to Travel Bulletin's latest webinar, focused this time on the Mediterranean. With last week's great news of a potential vaccine being developed, we're all hoping that next year we'll bounce back with lots of Mediterranean bookings flooding in. I am hoping this webinar will increase your awareness of some of the Mediterranean regions and hotels that you will then be booking. This afternoon, our supplier partners will each deliver a live 10-minute presentation on their particular product, followed by a live Q&A session. Now, we go through this every time, and it's really important if you do, please put in your Q&A questions in the Q&A section. Use that function, and then at the end of that presentation, I will then be asking your questions to the presenter involved. Each presenter will also have a competition prize and question at the end of their training session. So please you'll need to sort of put in your answers to that via our website, which is travelbulletin.co.uk/webinar competition. The deadline to win today's prizes will actually be the 18th of November, which is this Wednesday at 4 p.m. Prizes include some Croatian wine, which is wonderful, a 3-night stay at any of the Domes Resorts properties, a 7-night B&B stay for 2 in an elite classroom at the Athena Beach Hotel, a £50 John Lewis voucher, and a £40 Amazon voucher. So those are all the prizes up for grabs. So I hope everyone's feeling lucky. Not everyone can win. I've been talking to some agents this morning in terms of making sure everyone's got their links and making sure everyone's attending this afternoon, which is great. And I've been asked on numerous occasions this morning, why haven't I won? Well, it's just, you just got to keep entering, because not everyone can win. But obviously there's sort of 5 prizes there, so 6 prizes, I think, actually. Anyway, hopefully some of you are going to be very lucky today. So I'm going to introduce you now to today's first presenter. We've got with us Emil, who is the Managing Director for the tourism organization of Bar. Hello, Emil.
Hello. Hi, everyone.
Fantastic. Okay, so Emil is it's the first time he's done one of our events. So congratulations, Emil, on choosing the best people to do your event with.
Thank you.
We hope you're going to have a wonderful time here today. We can't wait to learn more about what you have to tell us. So over to you.
Thank you. Thank you all. It's my pleasure, well, to be here virtually. I will try to explain in brief a little bit about my country, about my hometown, and I will introduce you with the tourism offer of our town. I will share my screen now, and I will start a presentation. So I hope you see this. So this is Bar, my hometown. But before I start with explaining where is Bar, and before I start, just a second. So, okay, so first, briefly, I need to introduce you about my country, about Montenegro. Probably most of you know where Montenegro is, but this tiny red spot on the map of Europe is Montenegro. Our neighbors are Albania, Kosovo, Serbia, Bosnia and Herzegovina, and Croatia, our neighbor, and where we are actually good partners in promoting tourism offer of our both countries. Bar is situated between the Adriatic coast and the Skadar Lake National Park. Both coasts are beautiful, with 46 kilometers of coastline on the Adriatic Sea and 65 kilometers on Skadar Lake. Roughly, we have a population of 40,000 inhabitants. It is a multicultural and multi-confessional place. In the region of Bar, we have 7 tourist destinations, and which of them are Čanj, Sutomore, Bar, Old Town of Bar, Dobra Voda, Utjeha, and Virpazar. When we speak about Chine, it's a tourist settlement situated in an isolated cove with hotel complexes and vacation houses on around 1,100 meter long beach covered with pearl sand. In the immediate vicinity, accessible only by sea, there is a Queen's Beach. This is what you see on the picture, and it's accessible only by the sea, and it's one of the most beautiful ones in Montenegro. Sutomore, it's a small town. It's one of the most popular resorts on the coast of Bar. It used to be a small fishing village. Now there are numerous hotels, restaurants, and summer houses. Here in this region, there are numerous hotels, and here as well, but also there are a lot of private accommodation and private houses and villas as well. What is most important attraction of Sutomore when we speak about culture is definitely the Church of St. Tekla with its Orthodox and Catholic altar. There are ruins of Benedictine monastery, and of course there is a High Nehaj fortress, but also a fortress Tabija, which is located here up on the hill, and it's a very nice sightseeing place for tourists who come for a beach vacation in Sutomore. Bar town itself, it's a modern town with wide boulevards surrounded by Mediterranean vegetation, represents the biggest tourist and nautical center at the entrance of the Adriatic Sea. There are numerous restaurants, shops, sports facilities, and marina with 1,150 berths that's available. Dobra Voda, it's a large sand beach on the south of Bar. It's an area with significant accommodation capacities. On the first line, here there are numerous hotels, but there inland you have so many private apartments, villas, and there is also a very nice resort in this area, 4-star resort called Windrose, and Hotel Kalamper is one of the best ones in this region. Next to Dobra Voda, there is Utjeha. It's southernmost inland of the municipality of Bar. There are numerous vacation houses and restaurants, but here on the beach there are only restaurants, and there is one campsite. Hotels and private accommodations are located a little bit far away from here. Here is the main road. It's Adriatic Highway, which goes along the Adriatic coast and goes its road towards Ulcin, the southernmost town of Montenegro. Why is Bar specific? Because we have also a national park on our territory. It's the largest lake in the Balkans. It's one of the biggest sanctuary of wild birds in Europe. Its unique ecosystem boasts there are more than 280 species of birds and more than 52 types of fish. The cultural and historic monuments are numerous, with significant monasteries, fortresses that are located on picturesque islands called Gorice. In Bar, we have more than 100,000 olive trees, and what you see here is the old olive tree in Bar. It's 2,245 years old, and it's one of the oldest olive trees in Europe. And the legend says that the old olive tree was the meeting place where the families that had some sort of dispute were making peace to each other in front of the old olive tree. That's why the whole place is called Mirovica. On our language, mir means peace. So it's interesting legend, and most of the tourists who comes to Montenegro and to Bar definitely visit the old olive tree. Old town of Bar, it's the most important cultural and historical monument in Bar. It's more than 2,500 years old. It's ideal and unique mixture of the Mediterranean and Orient, and well, we have different layers of history here in the old town of Bar. We have period of Ottomans, Austro-Hungarians, Venetians. They have all left traces in culture, architecture, but they have also left traces in cuisine as well. So we have a mix of Mediterranean and Orient, and it's something that's definitely worth tasting. Marina, the capacity of bar Marina is 900 berths on the dock and 200 berths on the ground. It's one of the biggest marina in this part of the Adriatic. When we speak about accommodation, well, in municipality of Bar we have 52 hotels with 6,300 beds, and we have more than 25,000 beds in private accommodation. During summer season, half boarding hotels costs between 20 and 120 euros, and the prices of accommodation in private accommodation are between 5 and 15 euros depending on the quality. We have a lot of sport facilities. What you see here is a sport hall Topolica with 3,000 seats. That's where it's possible to organize different kinds of events. But also during the year we organize different kind of events like Summer with Stars, that is organized by our organization, the Chronicle Bar. We organize different special events during all year round, not only during summer season. There is a festival of wine and bleak, festival of olives, chestnut festival, festival of grapes. There are different festivals, like I said, that are organized throughout all year round. And sometimes when we have large groups coming from abroad, we can even organize some small presentations for your clients as well. In the villages of Skadar Lake region, there is a tradition of wine making, and it's more than 500 years old. The most famous are red wines made of Vranac, Kratošija, and Lisičina type of grapes, and it's ideal for those who seek nature and holidays that are connected to the nature. Like I said, there are numerous olive groves in region of Bar. There is a product as well. We have developed a hiking path through the most important olive groves, and it's ideal, especially during this time of the year when it's possible to even help locals with making olive oil in this region. Beside that, Bar is a destination for active holidays. What you see here is the canyoning. We have 5 canyons in Bar region. This one is Canyon Međureć, one of the most famous ones. What you see here in the image, this is me. It's very interesting because nowadays more and more people are looking for active holidays during their stay. Although major part of tourists comes because of passive vacation, but there is always some kind of combination with active holidays. There are possibilities for cycling in the region of Bar, diving, because we have a lot of shipwrecks in this region, so it's possible to organize diving lessons together with our partners from diving clubs. Hiking, together with the local mountaineering association, we have developed more than 150 kilometers of hiking trails. Every year we organize a lot of events that are connected with hiking, and it's definitely a trend that we see more and more travelers visiting our hinterland in Bar, which is very well developed, and all hiking trails are well marked. Signposting was done, so, and there are professional guides, so I think it's an ideal escape from beach vacation. There is a possibility also for downhill bike, not that extreme like Red Bull downhill bike, but still interesting for guests. Kayaking on Skadar Lake, it's possible to do it practically all year round. There is a possibility of wind sailing as well in the region of Bar, so and plenty of other activities that can be done and that are connected with active holidays. I know that my time is limited and I want to give space to other partners to speak. I would just like to say that it's my pleasure that I had the opportunity to give you this presentation to showcase tourism offer of Bar a little bit deeper. to say that we have quite good and very fruitful cooperation with our neighbors, especially from Croatia, where we have developed even joint products. Most of the tourists who visit, for example, Dubrovnik region, they also visit Montenegro. One part of our clients that stays in Montenegro visits Dubrovnik, and the region of Dubrovnik-Neretva County, it's practically more or less similar destination, and I would like also to stress that there is a possibility for those who are interested to organize a fam trip in the future in order to showcase the destination better, to show you our products in person, and definitely tourism organization of Bar will be honored to be your host. So from my side, that was it. Thank you.
Fantastic, Emil. Thank you so much. I've got lots of questions for you.
Okay.
So, which is really good. The agents have been firing questions at me left, right, and centre. So, without further ado, we'll see. There's a few practical ones which I'll get through. A number of agents have asked this. So, if you can, Michael Atkinson has asked, what's the nearest airport? How far away is it? How long does it take to get there? And currency, what currency do you use?
Sure. So we have two international airports in Montenegro. One is Podgorica, capital, and the other one is Tivat on the coastline. Podgorica is 30 minutes drive from Bar, and Tivat around 45 minutes drive. Also, we are well connected with Dubrovnik region. So there is Čilipi Dubrovnik airport. It takes around 3.5 hours to get to Bar. There is also Tirana airport in Albania, which is around 4.5 hours drive. But the best ones are definitely Podgorica, Tivat, and of course Dubrovnik, which is very well connected to major source markets. When we speak about currency, we use euro since 2002. Yeah, it's very practical for travelers to use it, and the credit cards are widely accepted. So,
okay, that's really helpful. Thank you. I've got a number of other questions about the cost of living. I think is probably the easiest way to describe it. Kathleen Hutspeth asks, what would you expect to pay for a 3-course meal, and how much is wine?
Well, for a 3-course meal, maximum 15 euros.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the price. Average price of a meal in a restaurant is about 15 euros.
That's very reasonable. And is wine local wine, is that reasonable too?
Yes. For example, local wine can be bought in a supermarket for 3 euros for a bottle, and in a restaurant you pay for a glass about, I don't know, 2 euros.
That sounds fantastic. That's I think I'm certainly going now. Could I just ask as well, in terms of Sue Hunter asks, is there accommodation in the national park areas?
Yes, there's accommodation in the national park, and these are mostly private houses, apartments, and we have one hotel in the region of Skadar Lake National Park. There is a new development. Probably there will be a new 4- or 5-star hotel coming in the near future. But mostly these are small cottages, private houses. Together with that, most of the locals, they have their own wineries. So it's a wine region, and you can enjoy good wine and private accommodations that are with the architecture that is, let's say, connected with the nature and made in stone, wood. So it's something that, yes, it's possible to find accommodation within the.
Can I just ask? I'm asking. I know no one's actually asked this, so I'm trying to prompt before we get the question, and you may get the question after the event. But do you have lists available of where the agents can find contacts for private accommodation, or they're on a website, or should they go through tour operators? What do you suggest?
Well, I suggest if you are looking for a private accommodation, you can find them on most of the OTAs.
Okay.
We have a list of all private accommodation here in the municipality of Bar. For tour operators, I always suggest to have a local DMC. It's better if it's very hard to organize that from abroad, especially when you have plenty of private accommodation. These people are not very used to speak. Well, they do speak English, but they are not used to international cooperation.
Okay.
I suggest to have a local DMC, a partner here within the destination, to help organize their stay. Of course, they can book individually on Booking.com, on Airbnb, and all other online travel agents' websites. But for a travel agent, I suggest definitely to have a local DMC, a local partner, in order to start doing business. And with hotels, they can do it directly because they have their marketing and sales departments, so it's much easier.
Okay, I've got a couple more questions I'd like to get to you before we run out of time. Wendy Ross has asked, do the British come in reasonable numbers, and is English widely spoken?
When we speak about Brits, they do come. They represent around 5% of the whole tourism in a region of Bar. Most of them, they come to the region of Skadar Lake National Park because it's a different product that we offer there. It's ideal for bird watching, for kayaking, for cruising on Skadar Lake, enjoying nature, good wine, good food. I'm not saying that on the Adriatic coast we do not have that, but the product is a little bit different. And so, yeah, the major part of them, they come to Skadar Lake National Park. And what was the other question?
Sorry, the additional bit was, is English widely understood?
It is widely understood. Although sometimes there might be some smaller difficulties within the communication, but people are really friendly. They're always willing to help and support you, especially within the restaurants and tourism workers. They definitely do speak English, not only English, but other languages as well. Locals, they do speak English, they do understand it, but it's not that level of like.
And what is the national sort of language? What's the primary language?
Well, the primary language is Montenegrin.
Okay.
But pretty much it's the same language like in our neighboring countries. In the past, before dissemination of Yugoslavia, it was called Serbo-Croatian or Croatian-Serbian, but pretty much it's the same language with some differences between dialects. So yeah, that's the Montenegrin is the main language of Montenegro.
Fantastic. I'm just going to give you one more question, if I can do. In terms, Anne Freeborn asks, I think this is a good question. What is the public transport links like from the airports to the coastal areas?
There's a train from Podgorica to Bar. There is public transport, but it's because most of the tourists that comes to Bar by airplane, they usually have organized transfer from the airport. When we speak about public transport, yes, there are buses, regular buses coming from Podgorica airport to Bar, Tivat airport as well. When we speak about taxis, it costs around 25 to 35 euros from capital city, from airport to arrive to Bar, and it's very reasonable. Yeah, it's a reasonable price. Bar is recognized as a destination when we speak about prices and quality. There is a very good ratio. Our clients are quite satisfied, very satisfied with the tourism offer, with the service they receive, and of course with the price. We are not kind destination. We do not offer, let's say, 5-star hotels. We offer definitely hospitality, and we offer what tourism was in the past, definitely, and we are now focusing a lot on safety, security measures to prevent COVID-19. And yeah, it's like I said, it's a good ratio between price and the quality, not even nowadays, but it was also in the past where we had more travelers.
Well, I think everyone has heard an awful lot. All of the reaction I'm getting on the screen here is very positive, Emil. I think, judging by the people reacting now, you're going to up the 5% to 10% in next year alone. So if these agents are anything to go by, so we'll keep our fingers crossed that they convert your fantastic presentation into something that, in terms of sales. I'd now ask you, if you can, that's the end of our sort of Q&A session with you. To round off, if you can please share your competition prize and the question that goes with it.
Sure. We are going to give a voucher. It's a £50 voucher. And my question was, how many hotels do we have in Bar? So it's not a tough question, I think, if they were looking.
You were paying attention, you'll get it. Don't answer now, everyone. Don't answer on the Q&A function. It's all on Travel Bulletin's website, on travelbulletin.co.uk/webinar competition. So you can answer that. Just to recap, it's a £50 John Lewis voucher. And how many hotels are in the Bar region? Thank you again, Emil. That was really, really interesting. Really appreciate you joining us.
If there
we'll
are
see you again at the end of the.
Please, yeah, I'll be happy to answer.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We'll see you again at the end. Right. Okay. Thank you, Emil. It's now time to meet our second presenter. Mark Richardson is the Sales and Marketing Manager for Constantinou Gross Hotels. Mark, you look as though you've been enjoying life. Are you well?
Yeah, I'm really well. And just before we start, can I just say I really like your polo top. It makes me look quite naked in my plain white one with my company logo on. Yeah, I will up my game for the next one, Simon.
Well, I would hope so. I've been told it makes my shoulders look narrow. The idea was to make the rest of me look a bit narrower, but anyway, that's it's all going fine. So are you ready to kick us off with news on Constantinou?
I am ready, yeah.
Off you go.
I'll share my screen. Okay, guys, well, good afternoon. I'm Mark Richardson from Constantinou Gross Hotels, and I'm going to give you an update on the hotel group. If you didn't know, Constantinou is the name of the family, the two brothers who actually own the hotel company, and Bros is brothers. It's not the 90s boy band which Simon Eddles used to go see. So I'll show you some of the some bit of a problem moving on here. There's Cyprus there, right situated down near Israel and Egypt. Very good weather all year round. What I like to tell people is that we don't have to come to Cyprus in May, June, July, August, September. Even now in the month of November, it's very good weather. It's up to 24 degrees, the average temperature in November. So definitely be relaxing there. Paphos there, the map, we've got Paphos Resort Centre. Above it, we've got the Adonis National Park and the foothills of the Troodos Mountains. And for those of you who've not been to Paphos, there's sort of Paphos Harbour at night. It's very picturesque, nice passageways, nice walkways. It's pedestrianised, and in the day, it looks a little bit more like a quaint fishing harbour as well. Lots of history and culture in Paphos, so whether you go there on holiday just to relax and unwind, quite close to the hotels, there's the mosaics, the house of Dionysos, the underground dwellings, Paphos Castle, so you can walk through all those. What I would encourage you to do to your client is, in 2017, Paphos was a European capital of culture, and they spent a lot of the money leading up to it on the old town. It's about 10 minutes walk out of Paphos, 800 meters above Cato Paphos, the harbour area. So make sure you send your clients up there. They can access it by bus or by taxi. Now, the best beaches in Cyprus, I've got to admit to you, are in Pataras and Ayia Napa area, but you can see there the coastline where our hotels is. There's a 1.8-kilometre beach, and then we've got the strip of hotels going right down into Paphos Centre. Okay, hotels opening in the winter months in Cyprus. We almost hibernate our hotels in the winter anyway. A lot of them shut down at the end of November, traditionally until March anyway. So the only one which we've got open from now right up until next year is the Athena Royal Beach. And Cyprus had a really successful lockdown with COVID in March, so we were able to reopen the hotels on the 28th of June, and there's some of the customers arriving at the Pioneer Beach Hotel. There was a number of protocols which were given by the Cypriot government to our hotels, and we adhered to them straight away. Fortunately, the occupancy levels hasn't been massive since we reopened, so there was never a challenge out there being too near of the guests and things. But, you know, we even vacuum the bowling greens which we have at the hotel. So if we're vacuuming bowling greens, we are going to adhere to all the other health and safety measures. We've got 3 4-star hotels, the Athena Beach Hotel, the Athena Royal Beach Hotel, and the Pioneer Beach Hotel. The highlights are that they're all beachfront location. You don't have to cross a road to get there. They've all got luxury amenities in the rooms. They've all got between 4 to 6 restaurants. Our elite class is our 5-star offering within our 4-star hotels. It's just the upgraded rooms there. The elite class got all these amenities which travel agents and tour operators have asked for. We've thrown those in there as well. Our first hotel, the Athena Beach Hotel, is the only hotel we've got in the group where children can go because it's adult. So because all the other 3 are adult only, but we've got lots of different room types there, including a new floor which we've built with a lot of 1-bedroom suites and family suites. That's my favourite one there. That is one of the junior suites with its own private pool and beach cabana. I'll show you the bathrooms there as well. And it's a big hotel, big grounds, big space, right on the sea. So we've got lots of restaurants. And like with each of our hotels, we tend to have a few restaurants, and we always like to have one on the beach, on a lake, in a nice setting there. We've got an Italian restaurant in all the hotels with their own pizza ovens. So I'll just flick through some of those. And lots of outdoor space to accommodate our guests if they stay in the hotels at night. There's children's facilities there, and we've got some special offers for summer 21. They're changing all the time. We send these offers to all your tour operator partners and bed banks, and we've got some pay BB, receive half board, and pay full board, receive all-inclusive offers there. Now, the Athena Royal Beach Hotel next door is adult only. It's a totally separate hotel with all adults in there. It was always, we had 160 rooms. We had to increase that and build a new floor 3 years ago because we were always fully booked or overbooked. But you can see some of the new junior suites there and what the bathrooms look like. In all our hotels, we have cabanas, and we allocate these and give them to people staying in the more superior rooms and suites. You get everything what you see there, apart from that lady, but you also get a mobile telephone as well. So if we're not there, you can ring us up and we'll bring you down a couple of mojitos, a couple of beers. But again, show you some of the restaurants and the bar areas. And again, we've got some good offers for summer 21 now. We've got some ABB receive half board offers, which are in May and August. Now, I don't know if there's any TUI guys on here. A lot of independent travel agents don't care too much if it's a TUI property. However, I'll flick through this one quickly for you. It's a good seller. We've got a great management team there, some lovely rooms and good areas. Here's some of the junior suites. And like I said before, we got a lot of outdoor dining at the hotels because Paphos got good weather most of the year round. Now, next hotel I'm going to go on to, before I do that, our incentives are simple. In our 4-star hotels, if you make 3 bookings to those hotels through any tour operator or bed bank for next summer, once you've done it, if you email into me, and I will send you a voucher for a free 7-night stay for 2 people in the hotels. Now, our last hotel is the Assamina Suites Hotel. It's our 5-star adult-only property. It's very, very relaxing. Even in the summer when this hotel is full to the brim, it's all about serenity, tranquility, relaxing, unwinding. It's right on the beach. It's got some great restaurants. It's an all-suite hotel, and all the guests, for instance, check in there. We give them champagne and canopies at the private check-in, and then we take them down to their suite. I'll show you some of the suites there, some of the areas. The bathroom's got the shower room in there, the toilet room in one side, and the other side of the bathroom, they've got the full bath. I'll show you some of the restaurant areas as well. This is my favourite restaurant. This is called Mata, and it's situated right on the beach, seating for 80 people. We have a Greek Cypriot guitarist at night. You can hear the water lapping up. We serve some great food down there, and when you finish, you can take a stroll down the beachside path. I'll show you the bar areas. But the hotel opens from 1 April normally till the end of October, so all the time it's decent weather. Now, what we've done for summer 21 is we've already put on a 20% discount. We've sent that to all the tour operator partners and bed banks, so you'll see that in the costings. And again, the incentive, if you make 3 bookings to that hotel between now and the end of March, we will send you a 7-night stay voucher for 2 people in there. All inclusive in the hotels. To confuse everybody, we call it premium package and deluxe package, but basically it's all branded international drinks. It's all waiter waitress service. We don't make you wear wristbands. We give you a credit card system. And in the ACCOMMODATION suites, you get all the same stuff. You can eat anything you want in any restaurant at any time. Of course, in all the hotels, ever more so, I've got travel agents emailing me, texting me saying, Mark, can you send me the spa menus? People are asking us for spa treatments, and weddings and honeymoons as well. Very, very big business in Paphos, and we've got a great team there headed up by Jane Davis, our weddings manager, who's been there for over 12 years and done over 1,000 weddings, including mine 10 years ago. So it was a fantastic day right there, my wedding 10 years ago. I mean, unfortunately, I'm divorced now, but there you go. It was a great day at the time. No, I'm only kidding. I'm not divorced. Now, you never thought you'd be listening to me talking about rock and roll thing, flat bowling greens, but basically in the winter months, we've got the 6 bowling greens. We have the bowls coordinators out there to facilitate and look after bowling. But these people come out in groups, and it's great if you could get a group booking in the winter bowling. Going hand in hand that as well, we've got the dance halls. It's free to come dancing at our hotels. As we know, the programme in the UK, which is uplifting everybody on Saturday night, is Strictly Come Dancing. So dancing is very popular. So we've got the ballrooms. We offer it free. We do jazz, line dancing, salsa, sequence, lap dancing, and Simon Eddle's favourite, which is dad dancing. There's a bike centre there as well. I've just seen Simon pop up, so I think I've got 1 minute left. So some of the other special interests we've got there, we've got the 4 golf courses nearby, the dedicated walking trails, and the bridge group. So we're just trying to say that basically, apart from people who are going on holiday sunbathing there are lots of other things to do. We really do have a lot of loyal guests who come out, and anybody who stays at a hotel for the second time, we give them a 15% discount card. For you guys as well, travel agents, we do a 50% discount for you on your own personal stays. And we are looking to repeat some educationals, which we did in October, in March, April in 21. So I hope that has kept that to about 11 minutes long. And I'll hand you back to Simon Eddles in his golf polo.
Can you unshare? Good. Well done, Mark. Thank you so much. That was, as always, entirely professional and perfectly put together. I've got lots of questions for you. I'm going to scoot through them as quickly as possible so that we can fire them off. Okay, from Suzanne Robinson. Can you pre-book restaurants?
Yes.
Okay, that was quick. Good.
You can pre-book restaurants. I'll make the answer longer.
Michael Atkinson asks, do all of the 4 hotels do weddings?
No, we do the weddings at the Athena Beach Hotel now. And the reason that we do it there is we've got the best venue there where all the facilities are and the wedding coordinator is. And if we get a wedding and there's only just 1 child, they can't get married in the ACCOMMODATION suites or the other hotels. But if we got a couple for adults and they want to get married in the ACCOMMODATION, then we would do it there for them. But generally, there's normally children there at the hotels for our weddings.
Okay, I've got one on a similar theme, which is Jack. I can't read my own writing now. Hold on a second. I'm going to find it on the screen because it was up there, and it was Jacqueline Brady. Yes, there you go, Jacqueline. Jacqueline Brady asks, she's got a group who are looking for a wedding. She's got 185 people. Can you accommodate them in one place, or would you split them up, or what would you do?
Right, 185 is strictly larger than what we normally accommodate for weddings from the United Kingdom. I would encourage you to send me a separate email with all the details on there, because I will ask the question if they can do it, but normally we would only do it up to around 100 people.
Does it depend on what sort of kickback you can get as well?
Yeah, it depends on how fat the brown envelope is, what I get.
Okay.
No, but send me a separate email to markrichardsson@uk-cbh.com and I will send it to Jane Davis, the weddings manager, to do a bespoke wedding and see what can or can't be done.
Jacqueline, don't worry as well, because we're going to give Mark all of the details for, and everyone else who's taking part, all the details of all the agents who've attended the event today. So he will have your details and you can follow up with him separately on that as well. Okay, cracking on. Sean Roberts asked the time frame for the can you just run through that again for the booking incentive? When do they have to make the
Yeah, sure. Well, what we've done traditionally for the last 5 years is we've done 2 incentives and they both work the same way. The booking incentive has actually been in existence since about June this year, and the time frame remaining is until the end of March 21. You've got from now until then to make 3 bookings to any of the 4-star hotels or a combination of those through any tour operator or bed bank or any supplier. And once you do that, you can send me an email. We'll send you a voucher for a free 7-night stay. You can backdate any bookings which you have made from June. If you work furloughed or you're working or so, we will accept bookings going back to June this year. So yes, and you've got, well, I was going to say you've got peaks to do it, but whether we have a peaks or not in January and February remains to be seen.
Okay, I want a one-word answer for this one, if you can do, Mark. From Mark Ashton, he's asking, is it only 1 wedding per day or is it limited, basically?
100%, it's 1 wedding a day maximum.
Okay, and that's true even when you got married, is it?
Sorry?
Even when you got married?
At the time when I got married in 2010, they were doing more than 1 wedding a day, but it's only 1 now.
Okay, fantastic. That is, I've got one last question. Kevin Booth asks, how are the hotels in terms of which hotel would you recommend in terms of anyone with mobility issues?
Oh, I would definitely go for the Athena Beach Hotel because all the hotel, well, first of all, there's 4 disabled rooms which are near the reception, near the lift. Absolutely everywhere is flat curved around the front of the Athena Beach Hotel. And we've got those disabled rooms. We've also, in all the hotels, been getting rid of the baths and replacing them with walk-in showers with seats in anyway as well. So depending on the actual mobility. And I know that a tour operator called Enable Holidays sends a lot of disabled guests out to us. So it's pretty decent. There's no areas of the hotel apart from one part on one of the balconies where you can't get in a motorized wheelchair. So I'd probably go for the Athena Beach, and also over the Pioneer and the ACCOMMODATION. You can also from there get to more bars and restaurants outside the hotel quite easily.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you so much, Mark. As always, you've managed to answer everything and been really helpful. That's the end of our particular Q&A session here. Thank you, Mark. To round off, can you please share with us? Don't go away. Come back.
Oh, sorry.
Don't worry. He doesn't like giving his prize away. That's what it is. He's trying to run away. If you can, please, Mark, share with us to tell us what the Constantinou prize is and what the question is.
Yeah, well, first of all, the prize, we're going to give away a 7-night stay next summer for 2 people to the Athena Beach Hotel. And what we'll do is we'll do it in one of those elite class rooms, and we'll do it on bed and breakfast. So we'll look after you when you're out there for 7 nights. Now, the question which I've got to win that prize is, my favourite restaurant in the ACCOMMODATION Suites Hotel is the a la carte beach restaurant, but I want you to tell me what the name of it is.
Fantastic. Okay, recap. It's a complimentary 7-night stay for 2 people, bed and breakfast in an elite classroom at the Athena Beach Hotel. What is the name of the a la carte beach restaurant at the ACCOMMODATION Suites Hotel, which I haven't been to? But anyway, I'm sure you will have a wonderful time, those who win. Please don't forget, you enter via the Travel Bulletin website at travelbulletin.co.uk/webinar competition. Thank you, Mark, for another great training session. It's time to move on once more and to meet our third presenter for today, Daria. Hello, Daria.
Hi everyone. Hi, Simon.
It's lovely to see you, Daria. Without further ado, I'm going to ask you to share your screen and get telling us about everything from wonderful Croatia.
Will do, but I have to first agree with Mark. I think your polo shirt is great. It's very summery, very appropriate.
I thank you're very kind. It really isn't about me, but thank you so much.
Perfect. Do you see it? Right. So Croatia is located in the heart of Europe. It is a small but highly geographically diverse country. Its population is 4.2 million. Its climate is moderate continental and typically Mediterranean on the coast. The capital city is Zagreb. The official language is Croatian and the currency is Croatian kuna. And £1 will give you about eight Croatian kunas. Located in the heart of Europe, it's on the eastern coast of the Adriatic Sea. It's accessible by road, sea, rail and air from the UK. Obviously, there are year-round flights from the UK to the capital, to Zagreb. And during the season, usually starting end of March and then all the way to end of October, beginning of November, there are seasonal flights to Pula, Zadar, Split and Dubrovnik airports from the UK. Accommodation in Croatia is still mostly private accommodation. So 53% of the whole of accommodation is actually private. There's about 500 camping sites, which also makes for a chunk of the overall accommodation in numbers. And then obviously there's hotels and other accommodation facilities. Croatia is most widely known for its beautiful nature. It has the highest percentage of protected areas of any single country in Europe. About 20% of the whole about 10% of the whole country is actually protected areas. Croatia also boasts 10 UNESCO World Heritage Sites and over 1,200 islands and over 6,000 kilometers of coastline. So plenty of sun and sea to explore. Croatia is also popular and famous for its gastronomy. It's very diverse gastronomy that it owns to its very rich and diverse history. It has over 25 products with the EU protected designation of origin. It's famous for many award-winning olive oils and wines, especially from the regions of Istria and Dubrovnik-Neretva, specifically the Pelješac Peninsula. I'm going to run down through the regions. We won't be focusing on the continental part of Croatia, rather the coastal part and the capital. The capital, as I said, Croatia is Zagreb. It has the typical continental European metropolis atmosphere. It's known for its cultural offering, many theaters, galleries, museums, Lots of them quirky ones, unusual ones, like the Museum of Broken Relationships, Museum of Illusions, Museum of Torture, for example. And whilst you're in Zagreb, it's a perfect opportunity to try seeing the local markets, or trying the local gastronomy in one of top end restaurants bearing Michelin star, Bib Gourmand, or Plate label. Moving down to Lika Karlovac region, which we also call the green heart of Croatia, it's mostly popular for the famous Plitvice Lakes National Park. So that's where they're located, and also the exceptional northern Velebit area is also very, very, very popular. Plitvice are about 2 hours away from Zagreb, and about 2 hours away from the coast as well. So for example, from Šibenik or from Rijeka, you would reach Plitvice Lakes within a couple of hours. Istria is the westernmost part of Croatia. It is definitely a foodie destination. This region is famous for many award-winning virgin olive oils, authentic sorts of wine, especially white wine. Malvasia is very popular, but also it's famous for truffles. Truffles grow abundant across the region, and they are used as a basic ingredients in many of their regional dishes. A must experience is also are also the natural jewels of Croatia, such as the Brijuni National Park, Premantura, or the Limbe Nature Reserves. Moving down to Kvarner. Kvarner and Opatija are considered the home of Croatian tourism. The first Croatian hotel was built here in 1844, making Opatija one of the most elite resorts in the then Austro-Hungarian Empire. And whilst you're there, definitely must see is the city of Rijeka, which was named the European Capital of Culture in 2020. It's a very vibrant, artsy type of city with charming old towns, seafront promenades, and the Trsat Castle set on the hill on top of the city of Rijeka, offering magnificent views of the whole bay. Moving down to Zadar region, it's known for the city of Zadar, which is a beautiful Romanesque city, but also a combination of this Romanesque architecture and modern, quirky, contemporary art installations. So it's definitely a must-see if you're in the area. A must explore are also the famous salt pans on the island of Pag, the sea organ installation in Zadar, and the imposing cliffs of the Laštica Park on Long Island, just outside Zadar. Moving down to Šibenik. Šibenik Šibenik region is mostly known for the National Park Krka and the waterfalls. Šibenik is just between Zadar and Split, so the two airports where which you can reach from the UK are one is south and one is up north from Šibenik. They're both about an hour and a half away. Must experience whilst you're in the region, definitely sailing the Kornati Islands. Kornati Islands is a national park, an archipelago of over 140 islands, and they're beautiful either if you're going on a sailing holiday, beautiful as a stop, or if you're doing a day excursion from Šibenik, spending a day bobbing around these beautiful islands and islets, and having swim stops in the numerous coves. Moving down to Split. Split is a home to Diocletian's palace. Split is also one of the oldest cities in Croatia, so it's over 1700 years old, and it's home to the UNESCO's protected Diocletian Palace, which today makes for the old city center, and that is basically where the whole city as we know today has developed. Split is a major port. It will connect you to most islands in the region, such as Šolta, Vis, Hvar, and also the island of Brač. Which is famous for this beach that you see on the screen, called the Golden Cape or Zlatni Rat. The beach itself is very popular due to its unusual shape and the fact that it changes the shape depending on the currents of the sea and the wind. So you see the tip of the horn actually moves towards the east or down to the west, depending on the currents. I have to stress that this beach is not a sandy beach. It is a pebbly beach, but it's made out of very, very fine pebbles and shingle. And it definitely makes for some great photo opportunities. And obviously, last but not least is Dubrovnik. Dubrovnik is, we call it the Pearl of Adriatic. It is the most, one of the most famous destinations within Croatia. And it's also the backdrop to the very popular show Game of Thrones. Obviously, you will want to stay and explore Dubrovnik Old Town with its stunning views and the walls and the cliffs outside the walls. But whilst you're in the region, you will probably want to also try and explore lesser known areas which are really abundant in the area. For example, the Pelješac Peninsula, which is the winemaking area of the region, or Neretva Valley, where you can, for example, enjoy or take part in mandarin picking. A must experience whilst you're in the region as well is island hopping. So definitely recommend visiting the island of Korčula nearby Dubrovnik, which is the birthplace of Marco Polo, visiting the island of Mljet, which is home to the Mljet National Park, or visiting Elafiti islands of Koločep, Lopud, and Šipan, which are just a short boat ride away from Dubrovnik Old Town. Dubrovnik is also greatly positioned as a stopover towards your further exploration of the region and visiting, for example, Bosnia and of course Montenegro. And a few fun facts for the end. In case you didn't know, Croatia is actually the birthplace of Eduard Penkala, who is the engineer who gained global recognition with the first mechanical pencil. So Croatian person actually invented the pencil. The world's most common fashion accessory, the necktie, was also first introduced by Croatians. It was worn by the Croatian military in the 17th century. And another fact from the more modern days, the world's fastest and strongest electric car currently, Rimac C2, is a Croatian product made in Croatia. So I hope this is only 10 minutes, so obviously there is plenty more that I could say about Croatia, about all of these regions and the continental parts as well. But if you do have any further questions, obviously I will answer them now, but you can always reach out to our regional representative office in the UK. You can see our contact details on the screen, and please do reach out to learn also about the ways that we support the UK travel trade.
Fantastic, Daria. Thank you so much. That was fascinating. We've learned an awful lot. I've got lots of questions for you, some of which are quicker to answer than others. So I'm going to fire them through. One of the questions, I think Catherine has asked, hold on a second, Catherine Jarvie has asked, there looks like there's so many beautiful places to visit. Can you do road trips? Can you do a road trip and go around that way?
Absolutely, absolutely. We have over 6,000 kilometers of coastline, and one of the best ways to do it actually is with a car driving along. And the stretch between Split and Dubrovnik, we call the Adriatic Highway, is one of the most scenic highways in the Mediterranean. So absolutely, a road trip is a good way.
Okay. From Gracia Caneglia, she asks, is Easter a good time for a visit weather-wise?
It is. It is. Easter is well, depending on when it actually is, since it changes every year. It's sunny. The weather will be sunny. However, there might be a few more rainy days, but it's starting by then, March, April, to get a bit warmer. So it's not a bad time to go, and you will avoid the usual crowds of the peak season, July and August.
Avoid all the people you don't want. Yes, no, that's always good. Fiona Bateman asks, is there an alternative area to the, and excuse my pronunciation here, the Plitvice Lakes? As she knows, they're quite busy.
Plitvice Lakes are very busy. Yes, they're very popular. But then there is sort of like a smaller version of Plitvice Lakes, which is Krka National Park, which is located in the Šibenik region and also not too far away from Plitvice as well, about a couple of hours.
Okay, thank you for that. I've got another one. Just in terms of practical sides of things, I'm going to hesitate to say this because you're not to give me a nasty look now. We all know that Dubrovnik can be a little bit expensive. Compared to, say, other parts. So can you give us something, say, in Istria or somewhere else where you would give an example of a sort of, like we did with a meal earlier, a 3-course meal? What would you expect to pay for that in a different area?
Yes, obviously some parts of Croatia are more expensive than the others, and the prices obviously vary as well. A 3-course meal can go from I would say 40-50 pounds upwards.
Okay, so somewhere around about 60 euros for 4 or something like sorry, did you say per person?
Yes.
Okay, so it's obviously there's a and other areas. Mark Ashton's asking as well, when do you think Croatia is going to be ready from a COVID point of view? What's the situation there?
Well, we've also introduced various measures. Croatia is not in lockdown at the moment, but obviously various restrictions are in place. We've been coping pretty well at the beginning. Then obviously we've had lots of traffic within the country, and we've seen the cases spike again. But we are absolutely optimistic that by the beginning of the summer season, we'll be really well positioned to kick off in a really good positive tone.
Okay, so we're realistically looking at sometime after Easter. You're hoping that it picks up dramatically in terms of bookings and everything else. Okay. I've got one more as well here for Jane Walsh has asked, as have a couple of others. This is going to be almost impossible, I know, for you to answer, but where would you recommend the best sandy beaches to be found?
The best sandy beaches, we don't have a lot of them, and they are quite scattered around. So there is not one area that I could recommend just for sandy beaches, but there's beautiful sandy beaches on the island of Cres. Then there's a city beach in Split, which is lovely as well, called Bačvica, which is right in the city center. Nice sandy beach. Sandy beaches on the island of Zrče and in the area of Zadar region as well.
Okay, so basically have a look on the website. Then for people to go to any area, then you can recommend stuff off the website and people can ask their local sort of DMCs or tour operators or whatever as well.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, I can share a list of sandy beaches, and then we'll see they're pretty much everywhere along the coast. But yes, yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Daria. We really appreciate your time today. Can you sort of round up by giving us telling us about your prize and the question that you're going to ask?
Absolutely. So we'll be giving away 2 bottles of wine. As I mentioned in my presentation, Croatia is known for its gastronomy and for its winemaking culture. 2 of the region's especially prominent in the winemaking are Istria and Dubrovnik-Neretva, specifically Pelješac Peninsula. So we'll be giving away a bottle of authentic white wine from Istria region and authentic red wine from Pelješac Peninsula. And I will hope you will enjoy it. And my question is, should be quite simple. What is the capital of Croatia?
Okay, I recap. We got some lovely Croatian wine on offer from Daria. Thank you very much for that. And the question is, what is the capital of Croatia? Okay, remember to answer via the Travel Bulletin website, and it's travelbulletin.co.uk/webinar competition. You've got until Wednesday at 4 p.m. We're going to invite everyone back at the end. We're now down to our last presenter for today. So please welcome Penny, who's the Regional Sales Manager for the UK and Ireland for the Domes Resorts. Penny is a regular at our live events where she wears orange as she is today, like me, on a regular basis. And so it's welcome to our virtual event, Penny.
Thank you. Very happy to be here since our last face-to-face event. So yeah, and yeah, of course, I wanted to match with you, Simon.
Well, it's very, very good of you to put the effort in terms of your color scheme. Over to you. Tell us, please, about the Domes Resorts.
Perfect. So I will share my screen now. Can you all see it? Okay. So Domes Resorts. So everyone, I am Penny. I represent Domes Resorts. They are all based in Greece. For the time being, they're all 5 stars and beachfront beautiful resorts, and they're split between Crete and Corfu. As I said, for the time being, because we are expanding and we are the fastest growing portfolio of hotels and resorts in the Mediterranean. So every year we try to have a new resort coming up. So we are hoping that for the next 2 to 3 years, we will have 4 to 5 more properties around the Mediterranean. So stay tuned. So they are also all part of Marriott's collection, just so you know. So one thing they all have in common is this VIP collection that it's called Haute Living Selection. This is a hotel within the hotel concept, and it consists of a set of accommodation with luxurious bundle of services. The images are a compilation of all of our hotels and the different parts of them. But they offer many services, but one of the most high value services is the complimentary upgrade to half-board dine-around. So every guest that stays in a room like that will be receiving a half-board dine-around, and of course, access to all these services and lounge areas. So starting with Domes of Elunda, this is part of the Autograph collection of Marriott's. And we have different services where actually we won an award for the services, all inspiring accommodations and different experiences. Many of them happen within the resort, or others we plan for the guests to go outside. We are just redefining the concept of Greek hospitality. So a few of our UK unique selling points is that, of course, that our location, we are just across the UNESCO protected island of Spinalonga, as you can see also in the picture. And we have direct access to a beautiful private sandy and natural beach. We have no standard rooms, so all of our rooms are suites and villas. Beautiful views, beautiful architecture, and a lot of different gastronomy places. The orientation is elevated luxury, and the clientele, couples and families. So the water element is very apparent. On the top left, you will see our main swimming pool, which is the family one, as it's called, and it has actually Olympic dimensions. Many of our rooms also have their own pools. And of course, we have an adults only and kids only pool, as well as one in the spa. And of course, this is our beautiful sandy beach, as you can see on the right. So as mentioned, we have many options here for the F&B. We have 4 restaurants and 4 bars. We also offer gastronomy workshops and different wine tasting evenings. We do different cuisine as well, Japanese, Peruvian, Greek, and Italian, and steakhouse and food trucks, you name it. This year, we're actually going a bit more aggressive and trying to help all of the guests, to get more value for their money. And we are actually offering complimentary upgrade to half board from breakfast for all guests. So basically, the more standard accommodation for this property is the suites. So they will all be receiving half board, but the ones that are on the haute living selection, so residencies and villas, that means that they will be receiving an complimentary upgrade to half board dine around. This is the core, which is also part of the F&B and overall experiences and entertainment in the hotel. It's actually multi-awarded and very unique. No other property has something like that. It's an open-air multifunctional complex. It has different pop-up stores, others for fashion, for books, for food, for drinks, or mythology. We also do Greek nights, cinema nights, more of a gourmet truck stores, if you like. And of course, we have the mythology, which are called a Greek Monsters series. Of course, we have everything that you can imagine for kids, creche, kids, teenagers club, and of course, babysitting available. And all of our staff is trained professionally by UK leading company. As mentioned, we do not have standard rooms. So these are a few of our suites collection images. Of course, the outdoor facilities will be different depending the room category you've chosen, but you should expect the same style and the same high-end standards and a lot of space. Moving next, we go to Doms in Chania, again in Crete, but in Chania this time, and it is part of the luxury collection of Marriott. Our resort is beautiful. It's a relaxed escape by day and vibrant social spot at night, famous for its beautiful food, relaxed and bohemian feel, and stunning views, especially from the reception area, which is the second picture on the top that you will see. We also do a lot of classes within the resort and outside. And our unique selling points, of course, it's more of a paradisal simplicity, a lot of palm trees and banana trees. Our rooms are very earthy, quiet, and intimate, a lot of comfort, but laid back luxury. We have the beach club that has amazing local produced and crafted cocktails. And the hotel is actually the first of its kind to cater to the needs of a more progressive family, the 21st century, if you like. The swimming pool is one of the most talked about things in this resort. And the orientation is slow living luxury. And the clientele, well-savvy travelers, couples, or friends traveling together. Water element, already discussed a bit about it, but the swimming pool is the main focal point, and the beach is just a few steps away, and it is pebbly. Food and beverage, we've actually been awarded this year by Marriott for the high quality and the beautiful taste of our food. It's infused Cretan flavors with more contemporary tastes and international flavors all around. For us, food is an opportunity to come together, socialize, and celebrate. We have 2 restaurants and 1 bar. And going to the kids club, which is actually the first of its kind to be like that. It's more tailor-made. We encourage the little ones to learn and explore in a natural and creative way. And of course, explore their individuality with different classes like cooking and sleepovers, and yeah, really unique. And these are the pools that are within the kids club. Some of our accommodations here. So as you can see, very earthy tones, again, very spacious and private, very different from Doms of Elunda, but still the space is a common factor. Of course, again, the outdoor facilities will be different, but every room will have a veranda outside. And yeah, very, very private rooms as well. Moving next, we go to Doms Noruz. We're still in Chania in Crete, and this time we are on an autograph collection hotel from Marriott. So this resort is known for those that are seeking a lively and elegant time, looking to have a party, you know, a celebration, because we do bring very famous DJs, either as resident or guest DJs, do a lot of live performances and theme nights, as well as the more traditional one in relation to food and cooking classes, but also we're very big on wellness. So the unique selling point, we are adults only. All of our property is very adult oriented. We have direct access to a natural wide sandy beach. It's the most luxurious hotel in Chania. Half of our rooms are overlooking the vibrant pool and the other half the quiet pool. All of the accommodations though come with verandas and heated plunge pools or outdoor heated jacuzzis. Fine dining, and we also have our own champagne bar. The orientation is cosmopolitan luxury, and the clientele is couples, friends traveling together. The overall style, very lifestyle, vibrant, sexy, and design. This is the water element, and what I was telling you earlier about it having very close access to the beach, as you can see on the top right. This is the vibrant pool. We also have another one that is the quiet one, another one within the spa, and they're all heated during specific months of the year. Then, of course, we have many food and beverage options. In particular, we only have one restaurant, but many bar options because, like I said, it's very adult oriented and a lot of alcohol is flowing, a lot of parties are happening and entertainment. But the cuisine in the restaurant is very distinguished and Mediterranean and really beautiful flavors. We also have a degustation shop and a complimentary dine around half board for the hot living selection guests. So the accommodation here, very different from the other two that we've seen so far. Again, elegant, but this has splashes of vibrant colors, beautiful views either to the beach or the pool area. All of them will have a veranda and a bathtub outside. There is a little sexy detail here that whenever for the rooms that are overlooking at the pool, there is not much privacy. So we are looking for more open-minded clients and free-spirited people. And all of the rooms also have a wellness cabinet that are, they have inside different things like tennis rackets and yoga mat to work out during the veranda. Next, we're traveling to Corfu, to Doms Miramare and the luxury collection of Marriott. This is one legendary resort, a very luxurious one. Adults only again, but very different property. We have many experiences, probably one of the most experiences within a resort of our collection, and all different kinds, cultural, wellness, food-oriented, you name it, we've got it. Luxury and comfort in the best possible way, unsurpassed exclusivity and high, exceptional services, high-end. The unique selling points, of course, the location, the waterfront location of it, because we're right on the beach, which is very rare for Corfu. The hotel is actually used to belong to Onassis family and hosted Jackie O, Maria Callas, different royalties or famous singers and actors, and it actually still does to this day. Some of our villas and pavilions are part of the hot living selection, and they have Thailand style, very semi-detached accommodation, and of course, direct access to a private deck beach. We also have 2 restaurants and 3 bars, different cuisine, but very high-end again, and of course, our own art gallery, book corner, and our own sleek yacht. Orientation, sophisticated luxury, and it's ideal for couples and friends traveling together or families with teenagers. The water element again here, as you can see, it's literally on the beach. This is only half of the property, so you can see it's really nice, and most rooms are designed to have a great view. We have 2 swimming pools, the private beach, of course, that is a combination of sand and pebbles, and 2 piers. Food and beverage, we actually have an award-winning chef to cater for all of our menus within the property. Different distinguished cocktails as well for cosmopolitan evenings, Epicurean experiences within the property, and yeah, just a lot of really good food and yeah, a lot of flavors. So accommodation, these are some of the pictures that you should expect to see whenever you visit. Of course, again, the outdoor facilities will be different depending the room you've chosen, but it's very clean, very white, and very easy living. And last but not least, we have our baby, which is the Domes of Corfu. So what we like to say is that if Domes of Elunda, the first one I showed you, and Doms Zin, the second, had a baby, this would be the baby. Because we've taken the best elements of both of these resorts and incorporated them here. So you will see the earthy tones of Doms Zin, but also the very big space and lounge areas that Domes of Elunda has. So this is a very luxurious hotel again, 5-star, brand new, opening in June 2021. And again, a beachfront, and only families are allowed. No, everyone's allowed, but I mean, it's not adults only. Very close to the airport in town and set up upon the best beach of the island, actually awarded, called Lefada. And the location of it is not only that the beach is just awarded and amazing, but it's between the lavish forest on the back, and in front of it located uninterrupted sea views. So yeah, quite unique. We are recreating the core, which I showed you on the Domes of Elunda, but in a different way. I will show you in a bit. We also have our own activity part, different pools, gardens, kids clubs, and featuring all elements from the previous Domes resorts. So the orientation, elevated luxury, and clientele, couples and families. Very sophisticated and really cool. Water element, this is our infinity pool, and we also have one adults only and kids friendly pool. The infinity pool that you can see is split by the bar that you can see on the right top image, and it's almost like a 3-tiered level with the sandy beach. Food and beverage, we have 3 restaurants and 4 bars, one of the bars actually being a health bar. So also we of course have the known gastronomy workshops that we try to do in all of our resorts. But this year we're actually going quite aggressive with this property because it's the first year of its operation. So we are actually placing it at 35% lower in pricing than all of the other resorts of ours, like Domes of Elunda or Domes Miramare. So the best time for you to make bookings is from now till January, just because you will get extras and extra additional discounts on top. And besides that, we are also doing another aggressive strategy. We are again offering complimentary upgrade from breakfast to half board for all guests. Again, of course, the complimentary dine around half board will be available for all Haute Living Selection guests. And this is the core that I was telling you about. It basically we're trying to recreate it, but in a more Corfiot and Bohemian way. So yeah, different pop-up stores again here, the same concept, all bringing the families together. Kids club available, of course, for all age groups. And these are some of our accommodation. We are doing earthy, relaxing, and modern tones, basically making it one of a kind. It already made it the new talk of town because we're giving it a bohemian approach to luxury. This resort will target more of the upper upscale of luxury segment, and it's ideal for all types of guests, couples, families, honeymooners, yeah, you name it. And I think that's it. Yeah, these are my information. Before Simon stops me, I wanted to share that we are actually creating a platform for all travel agents, and I would love to have you email me so I can place you in our database. And there we will be sharing different incentives, travel agent staff rates, different competitions, images, webinars. So yeah, please join us. And these
Fantastic,
are my
Penny. Thank you very much indeed. That was very, very detailed, which is good. So we've got lots of information there. The agents have been asking questions. I've only got time for a few because we've got to say
sure.
One. But first of all, if I can, I've got what should we do? So Laura Kitson has asked, can you get a list of when the DJs are appearing and who they are in advance?
Yes, but not yet now due to COVID. Of course, this might be a bit delayed. Usually we can, but we also do a lot of last minute or surprise guests. So yeah, but
Okay.
yeah, if you can pop me an email, I can definitely try and find out.
But you'll be able to, hopefully you'll know that by March or something like that, will you?
Usually, yes, because we are expected to open in April. So yeah.
Okay, no, that's good. Cara Heska has asked, the youngest kids at the kids clubs, is there a sort of age limit?
There is no age group. All kids available. All
okay,
kids
all kids available, but more importantly, welcome.
You're welcome.
Which is good. Steve Gossing has asked, can you get a boat to and from Spinalonga?
Yes, we have our own boats. And we have a really nice gentleman there that tells you a bit more information about the island and our hotel, but also you can also select if you want an added tour guide to Spinalonga or you want to do it on your own. But yes, you can leave from our own pier. I'm
going to say, give you an answer that I think you've been asked, or I know you've been asked by a few of the agents anyway. This is the last one, but it's basically to give you confirmation that you will have agents rates and that you're going to be, those will be available, because a few of the agents have asked about that. Obviously,
Yeah.
you're enticing them to go by your presentation.
Perfect. That's the first step, really. But yeah, if you email me, I will place you on our database. And as soon as our platform launches, which is very soon, actually within the month, yeah, it will have a big dedication to travel agent rates and also incentives for yourselves and your clients.
Fantastic. Thank you. So to round this off, round off our Q&A session, thank you, Penny. Can you please share with us your competition prize and your question?
Yes, so our prize is 3 nights on half-board for any of our resorts, of course, availability permitted. But the question for that is, and hopefully I tried to make sure I said it many times, but what is Domes Resorts VIP collection called?
Okay, so to recap on that, it's a complimentary 3-night stay at any of the Domes Resort properties. And the question is, what is the Domes Resorts VIP collection called?
Yes.
Thank you to Penny once more for a great training session. We'll rejoin you in a second. I'm going to give you some details now for our final prize that you can win today. Is donated by us at Travel Bulletin, and it's a £40 Amazon voucher. Again, you have to go to travelbulletin.co.uk/webinar competition to fill it in. The question is, when is Travel Bulletin's Adventure and Activity virtual showcase taking place? So the idea here is that you look up when that is happening, which is available on our website. More importantly, you register for it and you join us at the Adventure and Activity virtual showcase as well. You can enter all of the questions into the competition via the website, via the travelbulletin.co.uk/webinar competition by 4 p.m. on Wednesday. So we've almost come to the end of our webcast. If you'd like to sort of find out any more about any of the wonderful presentations you've seen, then it's all available, or will be all available tomorrow on our website and on YouTube, and also on our Facebook page. I'm sure everyone has learned a great deal today. So I would like to invite all of our partners back, please. Penny, Mark, Daria, Emil, please come back and join us again. We'd like to also say thank you to all of them for putting on some wonderful presentations. Thank you to you all. And we'd like to say thank you to the 166, I think it was, agents who joined us, which is fantastic. So would you all like to wave goodbye to all the agents?
Thank you. Bye,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Bye.
Thank you so much to everyone. Thank you so much for all your presentations, and thank you very much to everyone for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.